Hey y'all, it's Lindsey. I'm in Louisville. We're going to Ketopalooza. I'm excited. It is officially day 2 of Ketopalooza. I got very little footage of yesterday. After I got to the Galt House, I made my way up to registration, got checked in, was handed a wicked heavy swag bag that I then toted around with me as I made my way through the vendor hall where they had a whole bunch of games set up, loads of people hanging around, catching up if they already knew one another, making new friends, getting to just like engage with one another. Promptly at 6 o'clock, we were shooed out of the vendor hall, and I'm assuming that was so the vendors would have more time to get themselves organized for the next morning when the expo hall space would be open for business. A lot of people just kind of hung around the registration zone, which was really cool. There were 12,000 conversations happening at once. Everything was electric with energy. It was fantastic. And even then, I still didn't go through my swag bag, but I thought I could do that with you now. First thing from the swag bag was the t-shirt, Ketopalooza 2023. These are fantastic quality. Autumn made these with her Keto Strong brand. Love the t-shirt. I love the Bella Canva brand, and I think that's what she used on this. What else? Oh, you were given your name tag so that you could connect with people, and there were little ribbons that you could plug your state on your name tag so that way you'd have a quick talking point with people if you were new to them or they were new to you. This bag was so hefty, and it was mostly hefty because of this Chalk Zero. Let's see if I can get my camera to focus on it. Chalk Zero, it's not focusing. It really is loving the red color of the bag here. Chalk Zero vanilla syrup. That thing was so heavy. This full-size product also added to the weight the Good D's chocolate chip cookie mix. It's just a dry mix that you can make some chocolate chip cookies with. Very nice. The full green riced broccoli and cauliflower. This is like a shelf-stable packet. That's pretty awesome. I actually want to look more into this. How interesting. Okay, very cool. There were, some little pieces of information in there for the speakers for Saturday. The Good Sam chocolate bar. What flavor is this? This is dark chocolate salted caramel. Well, yes, please, and thank you. Also, why is the camera so focused on the red? It loves the red. What do we have here? Ooh, an IQ bar and peanut butter chip. The Ross Chocolates milk chocolate flavored bar with lemon coconut. That's interesting. There was a Paleo Valley jalapeno beef stick. Some Fox Hill Kitchen's gluten-free cheesy Italian crouton crisp thingies. Ideal situation here. A travel-sized real salt. I love real salt. A Monk Pack Keto Nut and Seed Bar and Dark Chocolate Pretzel. I'm really, really getting irritated at the camera here. It's just really obsessed with that red bag. Okay. Ultima Replenisher, an electrolyte mix. 0 sugar, 0 carbs. A little trio of electrolyte packets. Avanola, is that how you pronounce this? Granola's healthier, wiser cousin. Sweet almond coconut. There was also one of these Ketone IQ. I have tried this out. Oh gosh, come on. This is red. Focus on it. I have tried this out here on my channel using a ketone monitor. If you want to check out that video, I will be sure to link that in my description box or somewhere in the iCards so you can see that. But I have tried this before. I'm excited to try this again and maybe be a little bit more focused on some different things that happen to my body through that. There was a pen, some KetoChow literature, some of the Ketone IQ literature. Ooh, Equip Protein had a little piece of information in there. I got 2 of these little cards for the speakers. And Love these things. I stinking love these kind of chip clips. They are so great. At 7 o'clock, the doors opened to the main ballroom space where Ketopalooza was held.
Did you all see the river and the bridge and the view? Isn't it beautiful? How many people have never been to Louisville? Oh, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here, and I'm even more glad to welcome you to tonight's meet and greet.
There were tables for miles. There were a couple of buffet lines. We got to eat carne asada and some cauli rice and some fresh pork rinds and all kinds of deliciousness. They were called appetizers, but they were more than appetizers. It was my complete meal. So stinking good. Got to hang out with my friends. I got to hang out with the KetoChow peoples. I got to hang out with some other channels that I had been introduced to.
Say something inspiring.
Hello, Lindsey's watchers. I am here and saying stuff. Singing in the shower. I'm singing. Hey, no singing in the North Pole.
It was just a really exciting experience to be able to just hang out and enjoy one another's company.
It's awesome. It's way cooler.
Ooh.
That is beautiful.
Pokey Pokey is one of my favorite songs to play.
I literally saw the corner of his face.
We did get to play the Name That Tune game, which I thought was brilliant. Loved that game so very much. It was executed really, really well.
Somebody to lean on. You all sound absolutely amazing.
And then we got kicked out at 10 o'clock. The following morning, I don't know what time the vendor hall opened up, but I didn't get there till like 8:30. So Ketopalooza was a significantly smaller experience compared to my experience at KetoCon back in Austin, Texas, back in April. The vendor hall only had a handful of vendors in it, and it was just a much more intimate experience. Also, at KetoCon, it seemed to largely focus on technology or devices or hacks or, you know, more than just foodstuffs. What I appreciated about Ketopalooza is the fact that it was more focused on the food things, because in a keto way of life or keto-friendly way of life, we concern ourselves greatly with the food stuffs, right? That seems to be a very significant piece of the puzzle when it comes to following a ketogenic lifestyle or a keto lifestyle. So I appreciated the dichotomy there. The KetoCon was interesting in that I was exposed to so many pieces of tech that I would never have been exposed to otherwise. But I gotta say, the vendor hall at Ketopalooza was definitely more my speed.
Come on in. You sneaky.
I do it. I do sneak.
I know who you hang with.
All right, we are in the vendor zone right now here at Ketopalooza, and there are lines of people, especially over at KetoChow. Everybody is so excited to try the butterscotch flavor that Joe and Rachel from Two Crazy Ketos created, and yeah, the line is almost out the door.
Any questions,
This is like a pre-workout?
Yes, sir. This is a pre-workout and this is a recovery session. Yeah, so this is focused on immune system, cardiovascular health, helping you build muscle, not feeling your sore, everything in it. And we think about antioxidants, right? What do antioxidants do? They find out
Should be active.
Does it take like 9 months to get it?
The tagline for Ketopalooza is a keto family reunion, and that is absolutely what it is. But I also fully appreciate that there's an educational component to the experience. It's not just let's get together and hang out. It's also let's also encourage you along your experience. Let's also educate you on something that may be floating around the community that you may not have heard of yet. Or here's an area where the keto lifestyle is also showing dramatic improvements or is helping others, or, you know, it's sort of an opportunity to almost do like continuing education, if you will. I struggled to sit down the entire time that I was at Ketopalooza. I wanted to be up and moving and talking and engaging with people. So I was able to go in and catch little like super short blips of different discussions. I know that Miriam from KetoChow, she was in there, she live streamed some of the discussions. I think that there were other creators in the actual like conference space that took longer form videos of these discussions and talks. And I want to say Two Crazy Ketos filmed their talk, and at some point they may put it up on their channel. And speaking of Two Crazy Ketos, they were the very first speakers of the morning, and everybody was there for it.
So welcome to Ketopalooza 2023. We are so excited about this. Listen, we tell people ask us what conference we go to. This is the one conference don't ever miss. Because we are all about community, and Autumn has just put together this amazing thing where you get speakers, you get education, but you get to us what is the most important thing, which is community, which is why for the last year you've heard us encouraging you to be here.
Yeah. Were we lying, or is this awesome? This is awesome. This is awesome. Success can feel like it's light years away. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
Yeah, I know when I first got started on keto, it was just like, if I could lose 10 pounds, I'll be really happy. Like, I never thought about getting down to 190 pounds. I never thought that I could be successful because I've tried every diet in the world. I mean, we even created a few on our own, like the espresso soup diet. We did the ramen noodle diet. I mean, you name it, we tried it. And so I was never successful. So we understand that you may feel like, I can't ever get there.
Yeah.
But figure out what was the most important thing, and that's what we're going to focus on right now.
Because despite your best efforts, we're not going to conquer the galaxy in a day. And I want to show you whose goal that is. This guy. This is how he does his keto, okay? It's I'm going to conquer the entire galaxy, and we're doing it now. And it's literally, you got to keep him, I don't care who it kills, really, right? I'm going to destroy my relationships. I am going to aggravate the children. I will slash the budget. I will do something crazy to my body because I am trying to conquer all of the things. We're not the Emperor Palpatine, okay? We're going to take this one planet at a time.
In between speakers, I met up with Karen from Southern Ketovore here on YouTube and her sister-in-law Angie, who is absolutely precious. I got to listen to some of her story and fully appreciate some of the struggles that she is going through. I do think that is a huge benefit to coming to something like Ketopalooza, where you can fully embrace other people's stories and be inspired and encourage them as well. The next speaker up was Dr. Ryan Lowry.
So I've dedicated my life to helping other people not deal with that same tragedy, whether through themselves, their friends, or their family.
Oh, cool. Hey, Lindsey's in the picture too.
Lindsey's everywhere.
And then Maria Emmerich popped up and started throwing rolls at everybody's face.
You don't want to, right? Nobody's sue me if you get sick, right? Okay, well, I can keep talking. Be inspired to change your family's life. Here, So if you don't know...
We got an hour-and-a-half lunch break, which I spent the entirety of just milling around talking with people. That's the common thread through the whole entire Ketopalooza.
Ketogenic base, nootropic stack, and the nootropics are L-theanine, lion's mane, and alpha-GPC.
Lion's mane is the one I was thinking of.
Lion's mane, yep, that's the mushroom everybody's talking about. You don't need to be keto to benefit from this
I've got
product
my
because it's a
CrossFit gym on
nootropic
it, and
stack.
they're not. They got the keto one there. They think I'm nuts. They use it as a pre-workout. They just scoop it in their mouth because so alpha GPC, alpha glycerosphosphate, crosses the blood-brain barrier to increase acetylcholine. So your primary focus neuromodulator, but it also dictates how quickly your muscles fire. So you'll find it in pre-workouts, but you'll find 100 milligrams. This is a full 300 milligrams. Everything in here is in a clinically relevant dose, meaning any studies that have been done on these substances actually being able to bring about a difference in cognitive function, you need a certain amount, and you need a certain amount of active. Like lion's mane, it's a 30% polysaccharide extract, and it's from fruiting body. You can get a bunch of cheap lion's mane out there with no guaranteed percentage. It's not fruiting body. There's so many. I've been in the supplement industry for over 22 years. I'm a nutritionist. I see products. I'm like, oh wow, and I see the claims, and then I look at the back.
You're like, how do you make that claim? How do you do that? That doesn't add up with math.
You're not going to feel like your customer's going to be upset. And it's like, no. So this is what we were concocting. This is what I was concocting every morning. I was like, open a capsule of this, a capsule of that, MCT, let's do this.
Started with theanine in the coffee, and we just keep, it's like a little alchemist.
He made us make a product.
On a carb
I was like, no.
That's how this all started, was like, we'd have, things open with powders. Bulletproof coffee was great for a long time.
Sure.
Then the GI with the oil was too tough, and it gets all over your clothes
and
and
it's like
everything.
500 calories before you know it.
100%.
It's 100 calories.
Yeah.
Your coffee's
It worked.
gorgeous.
It does the trick. But like this was just the cleanest, most effective version that we could come up with our own approach.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So that's the origin story, really. We just
Very cool.
brainstormed.
That's awesome.
Have you tried it?
No.
So, you came to get me to say picture, and you're late.
After lunch, Dr. Tony Hampton came up, and he is incredible, and his wife is a hoot. I got to spend some time with them, and 10 out of 10 recommend. Love them. I got a very, very tiny snippet of him being up on stage, and then I got distracted again because that's what I do.
I am excited to be before you guys. Never get bored of spreading the message of metabolic health.
After Dr. Hampton, Dr. Boz got on stage. I love her. I love the way that she approaches information. I love the way that she presents information so that it is consumable and understandable by like regular everyday people. She is so fantastic. If you've not read her books, I strongly encourage you to read at least Any Way You Can. Is it Any Way You Can? Hold please. Yep, I was right. Any Way You Can.
I just keep thinking, if you write a book, it needs to be something that there is not already out there. And although the Brains course, which is, if I have to say something on my resume that I love the most, there's a ton of work that I've done for the military, but the 12-hour Brains course and teaching the leaders on how to really help people get their brains to work right, which is how I landed on the ketogenic diet.
So after her discussion, there was like a 30-minute break. She went over to the vendor hall. She had like her books available. Every one of the speakers, if they had a book, they definitely had it available for sale out in the vendor hall. After their discussion, you could go up and talk to the speakers. You could sort of like engage with them and tell them, here's how you impacted my life, or what you just said there really, really stood out to me. So that was a really cool thing to see. Dr. Boz had a very long line during that break, which is probably why Autumn scheduled the 30-minute break. But during that time, we were not engaging so much with her meet and greet time. Instead, we were doing this.
Put fins on them, and they were snorkeling around like they'd been swimming their entire lives. Because you put a face mask on them and a snorkel, and
It's made out of. Did you actually eat a donut? No, it was. I made a. So we're talking about clickbait.
And so we made a video, and the thumbnail was we ate a donut. But the donut was ground beef wrapped in bacon, shaped like a donut.
I honestly thought you had a donut.
That would never happen.
Duck. Duck.
Oh.
Duck. Goose.
All on camera.
You know what the funny part about that is you decided to do Amber, shush this.
Duck.
Oh.
Duck.
Hey, you can't run. I hurt my ankle.
I was going to do the same thing. I had already thought of that. I was like, I'm just going to take the chair.
Does that mean you get out of your chair?
No, I don't get out.
Your seat's
I think that was pretty good.
right there.
That was solid. I didn't really have much more to say. Oh man.
Goose.
Oh, hey, you can't
We're playing wide pond. Wide pond. Wide pond.
It's getting serious. Everybody's got their shoes on.
Oh. Now I gotta sit in the middle?
Yeah.
Wow. This,
Yeah, don't ever mess with a mother.
Whole lots of shenanigans, always. If you're not engaged in shenanigans, then what are you doing with your life? I do not know. After the break, Kim Howerton took the stage and sort of gave us a different side of the coin when it comes to keto and how focusing on weight loss may actually be hurting us. I didn't get a whole lot of her talk, but I tell you what, talking with her after the fact, she's just got so much information and just so much practical, tactical advice that it's hard to walk away from her without something that you can act on.
The weight came off when I went keto initially really, really well, and not effortlessly, but not like super challenging. I got some confidence in myself that I could actually affect something about my body. Up until that point, like every single thing that I did, it was like running into a brick wall. Try this diet, brick wall. Try this, right? It just, has anyone felt that in their life that until they found this keto and low carb approach, it just felt like, why even bother? It's just gonna be an episode of frustration. And like, lo and behold, with this weight loss, I got healthier.
And then the final speaker of the day was Dr. Berry, Dr. Ken Berry. And instead of putting together a presentation and trying to educate us, he opened up the floor to anybody who had a question. He opened it up into a question and answer session where you could go up to the mic, you could talk to Dr. Berry, and he could help direct you as, you know, as not your actual doctor. So tons of people got up, asked their questions. The time for that session seemed to fly by quickly. I was bobbing in and out. The sitting still thing was a major problem for me.
Just knowing the solution, but not applying the solution daily, strictly, repetitively, doesn't work by osmosis. You actually have to apply the principles and apply them daily and make them part of your daily habitual pattern. You know me, I like to beat around the bush. I'm very shy. So, with that being said, I'm ready to take some questions. If anybody's now brave enough to stand up and ask me a question. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Who's got a question? All right, go to that mic. One more? No. Autumn says no. Catch me later.
So sorry, the alarm went off. That's our time. Give it up, Dr. Ken Berry.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, everyone, sorry about that. You'll be able to catch Dr. Berry tomorrow at our brunch. So, you know, all your questions will get answered. Be sure to talk to any of the doctors, the speakers, the YouTubers, the Instagrammers.
After Dr. Berry's Q&A session, we all just like scattered like confetti after balloons have been popped, and everybody was on their own for dinner for Saturday night. There was a big walk on Sunday morning. I opted out. I was very tired. My husband and my children, we all went together to Louisville. My husband was able to make it to the Friday evening game meetup session, but on Saturday, he took the girls off with him to go explore Louisville and get to do some really cool things that are very Louisville centric. So he did that, and I stayed at the Ketopalooza. It's a lot to take in. So we just kind of did the slow morning thing on Sunday morning. They opened the doors for brunch at 11 a.m. There were scrambled eggs and bacon galore. And well, I guess there was a little bit of a hiccup with the bacon, and there was like a moment where there wasn't bacon, but they got on it. There was piles of bacon after that. They had like a cauli medley, like cauliflower and some seasonings and such. So everybody's hanging around, eating their breakfast, chatting it up, spending their last couple of hours together at this really awesome event.
It won't run away if you take the camera off of it. You don't have to watch it.
The problem is, Steve, it could.
It could.
It could?
Well, your children aren't here, so you don't have to worry about them, like, taking it off your plate.
It's valid, but also, old habits die hard.
They do.
And everybody was constantly saying, if Autumn has Ketopalooza 2024, everybody was just like, yeah, if, because she had not yet fully like committed to it. And I don't think that she's fully committed to it as of the moment that I'm recording this. But this was Richard's take on it. Are we doing Ketopalooza next year?
According to me, we are. According to my wife, we gotta keep getting on her, stay on top of her, and keep asking her to do it.
That's right.
Because I love doing this. Ketopalooza to me is like I hate to say it, but it's like the t-shirt. It's a big family reunion. And I just love everybody here. Like, we're all pushing the boat in the same direction. There's no butt heads. There's no a-holes.
But we also got to get it to where Richard has the mic a little more often.
Thank you! That's what I was saying. Oh my God. Did we just become best friends?
I think we did.
Your support, your continued, and honestly not of me, because the beautiful thing is, a lot of you in here didn't even know who I was before this, and I love that. Like, I just love that from people like Joe and Rachel, Two Crazy Ketos, like Dr. Boz, Dr. Berry, people that I've met that, that have these amazing families that they would, vouch for me and say, you need to come to this event, and that just means so much to me. And I just want to say thank you for everyone for being here. So give yourselves a round of applause.